Hello guys, it is me, the Nexus Gamer Guy. I have never made a video before, but I have not made a video using my microphone before. This is going to be an interesting experience. I wonder what surprises could happen. Oh my god, I totally haven't recorded this 3 times and found out that either the video became too laggy or my microphone was too quiet. Oh my god. Anyway, look at my YouTube channel. So, I'm going to promote my YouTube channel. Press the subscribe button. How do I don't want to edit the video. I want to. How do I Oh my god, I got 1K views. Damn. Anyway, so please subscribe. If you look here in this section where these things are, there should be for you, unless you've hacked my account somehow, a big red button there next to a bell, a very grey one. You press in it and it becomes blue like these 2 buttons. That's why you should subscribe, because that's a good idea. Anyway, so today we're going to be looking at an exploit I made like 20 months ago. If I can find it again, 10 months ago, called Wine, and we're gonna see what the hell happened to it, because if we look in the comments of this video over here, right, we're gonna see what happens when we look at the comments here. Ignore that extremely loud sound. That was nothing. So look, 3 weeks ago I made this comment, right, and basically read that. Pause the video, read that, and that's the end of this video. Goodbye. That was me, the Nexus 42 Gamer Guy, and I am just kidding. We're gonna be looking we're gonna be doing an in-depth analysis of the Wine experience that you would get like 20 months ago. So let's see what happens. My first ever exploit, right? This is the first ever exploit I made. I think I made this when I was like 2 years old. Anyway, so this was a long time ago. Just give me 1 minute. Just gonna. There we go. All fixed. Sorry, that was a little error in the title there. I think it was a glitch in the database thing that stores threads. Anyway, so if you look here, we've got my exploit. If we go to the first thread here, oops. So the first thread, it was actually bad. Ignore that one. Actually, don't look at that one. Second thread. You see, no one liked it either. They all said to use screenshots. I put them on and then no one else replied. I was actually quite disappointed then. So I made another one. Anyway, I'm not sure what we're looking at. I'm just like giving you a history explanation here. And then I made another exploit, right? Oh god, anyway. So it got deleted. The first time I ever put it on We Are Devs, it got deleted. It was hilarious. Got that thread. I think it was deleted again actually. Anyway, so this was basically Sebcraft but way better. They all they're all hating on it. You know, it's like toxic stuff. So then I partnered up with a friend and formed. Oh, actually, I've never searched it up before. Oh, let me see if I can find it. There was an exploit called Lucidsploit that I partnered with a friend. It was a cool exploit, but it soon evolved into Wine. Now, I don't want to like spoil half of it, so I'm going to try and make sure you don't look at anything above here. But look, release. This was the first release. It was in beta, alright, we were beta testing it. And this is the first time I released it. This is the UI I made. A lot of people loved it, a lot more people hated it. See, dislike it. This is probably like a joke saying that my UI is bad or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I think that means the newer version was in beta. What was like I got confused there, Jesus. Like released in beta. One official view. I didn't even. Yeah, this is nothing. Okay, so basically, here's the version that was in beta. I don't know why this is in beta. This is boring. So myself, Peyton. This looks like someone was on crack while writing this. I don't know. So yeah, basically, Wine was born from this thread, I think. And you know, free Roblox exploit. There was lots of threads about this. We got Wine Light. I made that. It was an open source project, basically Wine, but light and open source. And then we've got Wine Official Hangout. That was Peyton's idea. We've got Wine Shall Be Free. This is where stuff started getting serious, right? There was this guy on Discord called MainX saying that wine was bad, and oh my god, this is a lot bigger than I remembered it was. Oh no, it's just too bad. Okay. Yeah, so Peyton said it had a token logger and then proceeded to say it didn't have a token logger, so I'm not sure what the hell happened there. So we've got some leaks. This is the first ever leak of the biggest version there will be, and that is where I started work on what would soon be the downfall of Wine. The chat. The very thing that destroyed it. So let's fast forward a bit. It works, alright. This is where I made a new UI for the chat, I think. No, that's not it. Wrong one. Progress report. As you can see. So this was heavy beta, but as you can see, if we wait for my crap loading animation to load, the chat has just been redesigned over here, and we've got one of the most sexy chat interfaces I've ever seen, which was later copied by none other than Dove, a front page exploit, by the way. Can't believe a front page exploit got on the front page while copying my designs. So look, almost release. Oh my god, it's about to release, and then boom, just bang, out of nowhere, non-skidded source code. This scared a lot of people. So at the time we were also working on a DLL. Ignore that, that was stupid. I don't know why I added that. That clearly just adds a bunch of random strings and then pushes that to the Lua stack. So Lua library, this was, I think I made this when I first started on Winery, funnily enough, which was like a year before this thread. It took so long to make this thing, I don't know why. Maybe because I started it without knowing C++. And ignore this I didn't write, okay. It says quite clearly here, someone else wrote that. Everyone's laughing. It just made me even more sad and upset. And then we've got a thread from Peyton himself, saying one will be continued. Okay, so a lot of stuff happened in between these two threads, I think. It was 2 days. And then we released it, right? And then just 17 days later, it was discontinued. So we're going to explore what the hell happened in the dispute section, because that's where spicy stuff happened. Mega CPU. Save that for later. Do love my drama. So let's search up wine. Wow, that was quick. So wine logging again. So remember the previous thread about Peyton saying that wine had a token logger when it didn't? Well, that's what the again part means. Well, hello gamers. Very This guy's a B word. Okay, guys, I'm just between you and me. This guy's a B word. So 4 months ago, we logged these details, and that was correct, actually. Ironically, this is not what the previous CW said we logged, but okay. Looks like you're finally believing me there. No, I'm not going to deny that. No one actually cares that I'm logging the username, the hardware ID. The thing that actually people cared about was these last two ones. This is the bad sort of stuff, you see. This was not the only thing that was going on, by the way. But IPs, right, that's untrue. Unhashed H-reads. You say the H-reads are unhashed, but you don't say the IPs are hashed. The IPs were hashed. That's what I'm trying to say. Then we've got Discord tokens. Possible, yes, but unlikely, yes, because I've never logged Discord tokens before, so I'm not sure why I'd just suddenly start logging Discord tokens. It's like, oh my god, Discord made a brand new feature. That must mean they're logging tokens for it to work. So we've got this. This is the first thing I'm going to debunk. Delete system 32. Apparently, multiple people coincidentally having $200 VPSs. It's like they all had the same VPS, right? Coincidentally. They ran Wine and they somehow found out their VPS crashed. And they said it was because system 32 was deleted. Now, this function was not used. It's clearly a joke, right? If you can't see this as a joke, there is something wrong with you. Why do you want to do this? Are you sure? Are you sure X2? Are you sure X3? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you really sure? If you're not sure, yeah. So this is a joke. I didn't even put any effort into this. So if your system 32 got deleted running Wine, I'm just gonna let you know now. You probably should, run an antivirus, because that wasn't Wine that did that. That was something else. I think you might low-key be infected. Just saying. And then we've got, oh my god, OS version architecture. That must mean, yeah, I'm a straight up pedophile. That lines up with pedophilia behavior. Getting the version and the architecture. I mean, like, okay. Getting Discord token prefixes. Do you understand how C# works? Public string auth 2. I'm not getting anything. This was preset. This is like a variable. This is like inside the program. The only thing I can think of this actually being used in for token grabber is trying to find things that are tokens. Which wouldn't work either, actually. This was actually a pretty shocking attempt at hiding all of the parts of a actual token that I used for the global chat. See, no token logging involved. Look at this, token grabber. I wonder what token grabber does. Let's go find out, shall we? Let's take a trip down memory lane over here. I'm gonna hop into Visual Studio real quick and wait the long minutes it's gonna take for this to load. We're gonna open up Wine Beta. This is taking a while. So, if we take a look, right, we're gonna go into the source. Oh my god, it says token retriever. I changed it because of said community warning that was there, but this is what you can see. It even says here token grabber, right? So this is the same class. Let's see what it does. Pcheck list string grab. It returns a list in which it has all the tokens. Watch this. I'm gonna blow your mind real quick. Wonder what happens when we press find all references. Oh, what's this? Here's everywhere where it was used. Let's take a look at the first scenario. If grab count is less than 1, it will set the avatar. Basically, if there are no tokens, that means if you don't have Discord, it will set it to a default avatar. That must have been an accident. And then there's this. This is code. I'm gonna delete that. I don't know why that's there. It's not like I'm going to use this source, but whatever. And then we've got, for each string, tok, standing for token, in grab, it will attempt to connect to the token using a Anarchy API. And then look what it does. You ready? Ready? I'm gonna zoom in over here. AID, avatar ID, is equal to client.user.avatar ID. ID is equal to client.user.id.toString. Because the ID was a string. Actually, it shouldn't have been a string. I don't know why. And then we've got token user list. So look, you see the token is stored in tok. And you see tok is only used in one variable, .login, which is part of the Discord socket client, which is part of Anarchy API. So we go back over here. This adds the username, the user. I don't know what that is. It's the whole username, and then it adds the username, and then adds the ID to the user list, right? The people, the amount of users that have been found. Nowhere does it store the token. And we look here, it's a simple CPU delay. Logout. Mount your account forever. Your account, as you can see here, is never used again because not only is the string tok never stored in a single variable, and the client was logged out of, that is the last reference to the token grabber, so it is impossible for me to have actually gotten your token. So, voila. I didn't grab it. That's what that does. Apparently they just glossed over that, and they're still token grabber. Oh my god, it's a token grabber. That does make sense. I shouldn't have named it that. So it gets local IP address, IP login go burr. It's like they show you the function, they show you one function, they don't show you what the still got the source open. Watch this. I'm gonna go Control F, get local IP address. Look, this is where the function is being used. ToString. Encode summarize. And this is a hashing function that I created that I will be showing off later. Apparently people were saying you could reverse it, which is just not true. Hardware ID logging. This is pretty bad code. I copy and pasted a bunch of stuff from some website. I went over here, went to a website that was like hyperlogger C#, something like that basically. And you know, they give you part of code, and they give you some more code. Jeez, this is a long piece of code. Anyway, so oh my god, blacklisting users. Is there a problem with this? Why was this included? The only issue is that I didn't tell anyone in the Bootstrapper. And that's true, but I forgot, okay? I added the thing that tells people after I added the code that logs the hardware ID logger. And I forgot about the one in the Bootstrapper, okay? That is a very human mistake. And I must admit, that's part of the reason why I closed one down, because I made a stupid mistake that ruined it. That wasn't the only thing that ruined it, a lot of false information ruined it, and this is the part I'm talking about. This code, I'm actually surprised. The Bootstrapper, like I said just like a second ago, I don't touch it. It's just there. I don't touch it. It's a Bootstrapper. Why do I need to touch it? It does all the work for me. And I made this 20 months ago, or at least 12 months ago, I don't know. you know, where this was very old Bootstrapper, right, and therefore the code is somehow worse than this code, which is honestly unbelievable. Don't worry, I don't code like that anymore. That was just, you know, pre C# dev. Admitting I was logging. Oh, this is what I want to say. I forgot about the logger on the Bootstrapper. So you see, everyone's complaining about the Bootstrapper. Like I said, does your EULA have a... And I confess, I forgot about it. I forgot about the logger on the Bootstrapper. Was it admitting I was logging? I never said I wasn't logging. If you're talking about a different kind of logging, I mean... Let me just show you real quick how massive, how wide your accusations go. Never mind. Google doesn't want to be useful. A data logger. A device or computer or program for making a systematic recording of events, observations, or measurements. I said that I forgot that my program creates a systematic recording of events, observations, and measurements. I didn't say I forgot it token logs. Okay, there's a difference. Now let's continue. What was I talking about previously? Very bad spelling. That's typical of people who hate me. This is what they logged before. No consent, no hashing. So no hashing. That's false information. I'm not even kidding. That is straight up false. They even add the source in one of their threads. But if you look at the source, it's hashing. Look, it even says IP hash, nhwood hash. It even said it was unhashed hwoods, and it clearly was hashed. The idiocy of the fact this many well-known figures actually believe the story is actually appalling. But let's continue. I made a very funny joke here, right? This was extremely funny. This... Okay, let's take a look. That is my mistake. That is a big no. I should not have done that. That was fully my mistake. I was an idiot, and I was like 12 years old, basically. I wasn't, but whatever. We logged into the web host right away and had complete read and write access. I knew that would happen, so in my head I'm like, if they do that, what are they gonna do? I can just store a copy of all the users on the thing, on the like a notepad. But guess what? What I didn't think of. I can go on my... I basically had complete access to 00 web host, and they could, you know, have access to the server, right? So they could delete users, but they could also change the server into something else, because in my crappy code, they were able to token log people. They could IP log people. This was bad. If this was the only reason I got a community warning, I actually would have accepted it and apologized, right? And I'm pretty sure I did apologize about this, at least I hope I did, because that was a bad thing to do. And I do apologize about that. And then I make a funny joke. I didn't read this top comment. I was like, yeah, anyway. I was more interested with the entire, like, massive 4,000 word CW up there. I make a really funny joke, and this guy doesn't get it at all. This guy's my friend. This guy doesn't get it, or at least sarcastically get it, pretends to get it or something. I don't know. It was extremely funny. I was laughing so much when I wrote it. Then I was like, you know, I was saying myself, get it. I added it on to the joke here, continued it like a absolute beast. So then I got bored of making funny jokes, and, well, actually, I finally had time, and I wrote this. This was useless. Let's take a look at what this says. Blah 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 blah. I did create an unsecured chat system, and yes, I am fixing that. It was too late, right? And maybe I should have known, but yeah. I do admit but that is the only thing that's true here, and I still say that. I mean, actually not really, because it's also true. I'm logging, yeah, I'm logging the OS version. Oh my god, I log an OS version, I deserve to be jailed. So if we look here, hardware IDs and IPs are hashed, like I just showed you. Unusable, they only identify. I can track them, but I can't track them. I can identify who they are, but I also can't. How do I say this? Let's continue. I forgot to add the IP in the EULA. Now, that was another mistake of mine. Oh yeah, I forgot. I also did that. Yeah, so I deserve that as well. The Bootstrapper does still log, since when I put the EULA, I forgot to put it in the Bootstrapper. I'm gonna be offline because I was really busy during this time. How can someone accidentally log information? I wonder, maybe if they already were logging information and accidentally did not tell the person they were logging information. I never said I accidentally logged information. I said I accidentally forgot to tell people I was logging information. It's not weird, it is weird. It's like, yeah, it was bad. It was bad code, I agree. Thumbs up, yeah, that was bad code. So this is where stuff gets interesting. Finally went through that massive thing. Smooth sailing from here. I've got this. Of course it needs to verify my browser in the middle of a YouTube video. I was literally just on the bloody website. Can you hurry up? Finally. That took way too long. So, I can't post, and he's my friend. So basically, I made a counter CW, like I said I would, and it was absolutely awful. This was the worst counter CW, I think, in the entire history of the site. But here's some nice images. These are legitimate images. You, did that? No, I didn't. Vortex did. Oh my god, look at all this. It's like everyone, no one knows who did it. And then look, oh my god. When you do it in reverse, put the info back. His method can't be reversed. And then here's the actual thing. This is the actual logger. What does it log? Oh my god. It logs the hardware ID, the IP, the status, and the username. And they're both hashed as well. You remember that massive thread, like the thing that said I was logging 20 things, yeah? Right, I count 1, 2, sure, 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, this doesn't really even count. It's like 3 things. Huh? What was the massive community warning for then, Like, this is what confused me. So in fact, I invited people to go join, just so they knew this wasn't actually like a inspect element sort of thing. This is real login data. And look what we also did. I released the full source of wine. And actually, so it's not really a link to the wine source, but it was unobfuscated version. It's not obfuscated. I made this quickly in Notepad, so yeah, you can obviously see that. So if you go down a bit more, everyone believes me now. See? So, this counter CW is doing pretty good, except for literally everyone who made the CW. They apparently didn't believe it, coincidentally. So then we got more proof. Hashing explain. Look at this function. This is the function I just showed you. Remember seeing that? I can't be bothered. It might. So let's take a look. Yeah, you see, same function. I actually sent him the image, except this one's what it actually looks like. So it just searches and counts them, etc. And you can see more proof, and string has 3 A's, first number, 2 B's, unique identifier, and no information can be obtained from it. And then we've got this guy just saying, if it's hashed, it can be unhashed. Hashing is another level of encryption on encryption. And I just show him the function, that I call this thing, and he's like, you just shared the hashing key. I mean, it just gets more and more funny, this guy. And then he says it can't be unhashed. Encryption can, but not hash. Duh. And then he's like, hashing can't be unhashed. So this guy just keeps getting destroyed anyway. So, voila. What happened with wine, you ask? Let's ignore that. So, people thought it logged a lot of information because of the source. Right. They went in the source and they saw a lot of things that log. And instead of actually seeing how they're used, they say they're used maliciously. That's not the only thing that happened though. Because then we also had the DLL, which was not Wine's actual DLL. Well, it was until they made the CW. Then I pretended I was never going to use it, when I obviously was going to use it, but then just changed my mind last minute. And I quickly thought of a new name so that I could hide that fact. And yeah, so it wasn't the DLL that was going to be used in Wine. It was a testing DLL, testing ground so that I could improve my knowledge. Alright, and then we've got the fact of chat. Now that's 50% of the equation. That's what ruined me. That's the big one. The chat was very unsecure. Why is this not closing? Okay, so the chat, it used Discord. I'm gonna tell you what it did, right? If I go on Discord real quick, right, I go to, like, the channel doesn't exist anymore. I'll show you Triton. So this is like a little server I have. So basically, we have a bot, right? Like a bot here, like this kind of bot, right? And the bot can send and receive messages. And in those messages, it says person. So nexus 42 ... and then we'd say the message, right? And then the bot on other clients would see this message, and they would use that. Right, they would see the message, they'd see it was made by me, they'd remove that part automatically, and there's the message, and it would say that it was made by me, basically. So that's how the bot system worked. Why was this dangerous? Well, this is not the dangerous part. The dangerous part was the account registration system. I can show you that as well, might as well. I can actually find it. Anyone remember what Wine's Bootstrapper was called? I'm pretty sure it was called, like, it's a very weird name. What happens if I search Wine? Win. Nope. Wine BS. So it's not coming up. So let's just try and find it here. Wine BS. Here we go. Found it. So this is the Bootstrapper. A very, very useful information to know. So we're straight into it. So I was proud of this. I was using new methods that I was just learning about. So we've got enum, server response, and then we've got access server string field. This is the server. It would download the string, and then it would do some string manipulation. And in this thing, let's just pull up another notepad. We had username, person's ID, identifier, which was actually the hardware ID, but hashed, of course. You can't just put the hardware ID on the website. Then it has, was it the IP? I can't remember. I think it was the hardware ID. I don't know. It was one of those two things. Then we have the password, and then their profile picture, and I think that's about it, something like that. And then, you know, there's a lot of users, obviously, like there's a lot of people, and this thing would basically be like go on each line, and it would have the string field, so it knows what the password is, and I'm actually not sure how this works. Is this the registration system, maybe? Oh, okay, never mind, this is how it works. So basically, it's an account system based on hardware IDs. So, yeah, it didn't even have a password, it was just a username and the hardware ID. The hardware ID was the password. So, yeah. So, basically, if I can do this right, we have this, right? Oh my god. So, if we go find the hardware ID, oh, here's the guy. This is his hardware ID. Oh wait, this is for making a new account. Never mind. So, for making a new account, it goes through the list. Nexus, 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 and say the field.text was Nexus. We're trying to make a new account. It would go already registered. I'm not going to explain the whole thing because it really does not matter. But that's basically how it worked. The issue was people could get to that and change this file to a very inappropriate website. And it wasn't good. They could IP log with it. They basically changed this file and it was downloading whatever it was on that file. That's where the security flaw was, and that was a big security flaw. It's also why I've completely gone out of 00 webs. I'm using WebSockets now for my next chat I'm going to make. But that is 50% of the downfall. 50% was that, 25% the fact people thought it was logging a lot more information than it was, and the other 25%, the DLL part, I think. I'm not sure how many people cared about that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's goodbye wine, I guess. So we basically, so when we heard about all of that, let's get back on the form real quick. Of course it's loading. So you took wine over here. Let's go back to the bin. Took wine, go. Let's see if I had it with this thing. Took wine. Goodbye wine, and put it in the bin. And that. All of those threads, all of those community warnings later, on the 20th of January, a thread was made in the Roblox section called Wine, titled Wine the End. Let's keep this official, professional. So they made this thread before they changed their mind, and ignore that. That was. Can I delete that or not? That's a very embarrassing screenshot. I'm gonna pay F for respects, and like 2 people did that. Yeah, you can see here. 3 people, and yeah. That was the end of why. I'm not sure why I made this YouTube video 30 minutes, nor do I know why I actually made this video. Maybe to provide perspective, so that the people who did make that thread can continue to hate me. Awesome. So, I made this, how much? 40 minutes! Jesus Christ. So let's continue. That's it. Guess that's it. So I'm gonna be making a new exploit called Visual V, of course, and I'm gonna be making a video once I actually finish that. In the meantime, I'm gonna be streaming Bed Wars. Please check out my channel. Please subscribe. Smash that like button down below. Press on notifications. Comment how much you hate me, and good day, people. Yeah.